Thank you for taking the time to learn more about using media relations to promote Relay for Life in your community. Let's start by giving you a quick overview of what you will learn about working with the media.
In supporting promotion for your Relay for Life event, you're likely to begin by brainstorming newspapers, television stations, and radio stations in your community that could possibly assist you in raising awareness. You are, in essence, looking to the media to help you share information to help distribute your message to the community as a whole or to specific audiences. We'll start our discussion by reviewing some media basics. It's important before working with any media outlet to understand what they look for as newsworthy stories so that we can seek strong pitch angles to help garner coverage for Relay for Life. Before you can effectively motivate your local media to assist you in spreading the word, you need to know what the word is that you want to spread. It's important that you have a clear, developed message to help you make strong media pitches throughout the Relay for Life promotional period. Once you have a clear message to share, you may need some tips on how to effectively pitch your event. In addition to having strong media pitch angles, it's critical to build relationships with media outlets and specific contacts at those outlets in your community. We'll walk through some ideas on how to strengthen relationships that you already have and how to build new ones. In many markets, a sure way to garner media support is through media sponsorships. We'll discuss the benefits of media sponsorships and how to utilize the sponsorships to spread the word about Relay for Life through the community. Finally, we will conclude by discussing the tools and resources available to help you execute your media relations campaign.
Before we can discuss working with media outlets, we need to have a better grasp on exactly who we are talking about when we refer to the media. When mentioning media outlets, we are referring to organizations that control media technologies that reach audience groups. Mass media outlets typically focus on nationwide and/or global news information. Local media outlets are more regional in scope. There are a variety of types of media outlets, all of which are great places to start brainstorming who to reach out to when promoting your Relay for Life event. Print media outlets include newspapers, magazines, and newsletters. Even with the world of media evolving to more social media efforts and electronic-based news sources, print media is still available in many communities. You may notice your daily local newspaper has now switched frequency to weekly, or your favorite magazine has 6 issues each year packed with information instead of the usual 12. While many print media outlets have had to adjust how they do business, there is still an audience group that relies on them to get their news. When promoting your Relay for Life event, it is best to look to your local print outlets to help in running local feature stories, listings, upcoming events, kickoffs, fundraisers, and placing public service announcements about your event. Who doesn't have their radio on when they're in the car? Radio stations not only provide entertainment, but they're also great resources to utilize in spreading information about your community. Some radio stations and shows are nationwide, and others are community-based. When looking at ways to promote Relay for Life, it is best to start with the radio stations that reach your community specifically and provide local event information. You may be able to get public service announcements to run on your local radio station, or a local radio show may provide you the opportunity for an interview about your event. Television is a staple in most homes today, and it is still a great way to spread the word about what is taking place in your community. Again, your local television stations and cable stations are a great place to start. These local outlets may have morning, noon, or weekend shows that will allow guest appearances and may provide a perfect avenue for you to have a survivor share their story about the impact of Relay for Life. Many local television stations are also open to running public service announcements when space allows. A new form of media is electronic. The majority of print, radio, and broadcast media outlets now utilize websites as well as social media to continue to reach their audience any time of the day. News is now on demand 24 hours a day, and for those media outlets to compete with internet-based media sources, they do have to look for ways to share information at all times online. Electronic media provides new opportunities for spreading the word about your Relay for Life event. Some media outlets are open to providing free space online in the form of web banners. Others allow you to upload your news directly to their community pages. Be aware of what electronic media opportunities exist in your community and brainstorm with your committee on ways to utilize them in your media campaign.
An effective media promotion strategy can help your event in a variety of ways. General event promotion will help raise awareness of Relay for Life throughout your community. You can utilize media promotion to educate your community about kickoff events, upcoming fundraisers, and event night itself. It's also just as important to educate the community about the purpose of Relay for Life and the impact that involvement in the event can make in the fight against cancer. Those survivors and caregivers sharing their cancer journey in Relay for Life stories, media promotion can assist in motivating others to get involved in the event. A media push for team recruitment can aid in raising awareness of the importance of the event and engage others throughout the community on how to do so. Finally, for all of those Relay for Life team captains, team members, survivors, and committee members, media promotion can also validate their participation. So now you know what media promotion can do for your event, but how exactly do you get that promotion? Just as important as it is to know your audience when determining your promotional strategies, it is equally important to know your media outlets and contacts, how they like to receive information, and what type of information motivates them.
Ask anyone who has been to a Relay for Life, and they will share with you a list of individuals that they've met with amazing stories that have impacted them. Maybe it's a story about a Relay for Life team member who walks the track for the entire 12-hour event, never stopping because of his passion for the cause. Or maybe it's a story about a young child who is battling cancer that holds their birthday party at Relay for Life. Each year, they invite their friends and family to support the cause and them as they celebrate another year of survivorship. These Relay for Life stories truly help share the importance of the event. But before any media outlet will consider running a story that you have, it is important to keep in mind what the media deems as a newsworthy story. Unfortunately, there are not endless pages in the newspaper or time slots in an evening's newscast. Each day, the media is inundated with story leads and has to choose which news items are truly newsworthy. As you develop your pitch angle, it is important to keep in mind what makes a news story newsworthy. The first thing to keep in mind is timing. News focuses on what is new and what is happening now. Relay for Life has been taking place nationwide for over 25 years. Unless you are starting an event in a community for the first time, the event itself is no longer new news. But elements of the event can be timely and therefore newsworthy. For instance, maybe this year your community is introducing a survivor dinner prior to the survivor lap, and you would like all survivors in your community to be invited. Or possibly an American Cancer Society research grantee will be speaking at your Fight Back ceremony about current advances in cancer. Both of these provide timely, newsworthy angles that the media may pick up on. Another element that makes news newsworthy is significance. The number of people affected by the story helps increase its newsworthy appeal. Possibly a new research breakthrough occurs and an American Cancer Society funded research grantee was a part of. You could pitch the upcoming Relay for Life event in conjunction with that story to show the impact that research has on our nation and our community and the importance of continuing the fight through participation in Relay for Life. Stories that happen in our community have more significance, hence making it more newsworthy. If you pay attention to what you hear on the news, you will notice that many times the media outlets will report the national headlines with a local twist. Finding ways to incorporate national cancer information on a local level will assist you in garnering the best media coverage. For instance, finding a breast cancer survivor to share her cancer journey and involvement with Relay for Life in October during Breast Cancer Awareness Month would help bring a nationwide topic to the local level. Prominent people tend to make the headlines as well, but don't let that steer you away from finding interesting pitch angles to pitch your Relay for Life story. Maybe your mayor is proclaiming a day in May as Relay for Life Day, or possibly one of your Relay for Life teams is a school athletic group that is rallying around a local coach who was diagnosed with cancer to support them in their fight and support the American Cancer Society's mission. Both of these can be great angles to help raise awareness of Relay for Life in your community. Finally, human interest stories tend to appeal to emotion and often go against the other elements of what make a news story newsworthy. Utilizing human interest stories can be a great place to start in your media promotion. Some Relay for Life human interest stories could include a survivor who is having a birthday at Relay for Life this year, or highlight the man who is walking the track for 12 hours in memory of his loved one he lost to cancer just last year. Many Relay for Life stories exist that can be categorized in each of these newsworthy buckets. The difficult part is keeping in mind that while we think a story is amazing and impactful, we need to adapt how we pitch it to the media in a way that they too will agree that it is newsworthy.
So what appeals to the media? Great newsworthy stories, local angles to national news, personal stories for Relay for Life teams and survivors, just to name a few. The key of this is connecting every media pitch you do back to your Relay for Life event and connecting it to the American Cancer Society's mission. Because of efforts done and funds raised through the Relay for Life, the American Cancer Society is able to help people stay well and get well, find cures, and fight back. The more you can connect your media pitches to the mission of the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life, the more effective your media campaign will be. So now that you know what media outlets are looking for, let's talk about ways that you can develop a Relay for Life message to help generate media coverage.
Take a moment to close your eyes and picture yourself at your Relay for Life event. What do you see? Teams of dedicated supporters lining the track with their tents, preparing to camp overnight for an amazing cause. Survivors proudly displaying their purple Survivor t-shirts, taking their first lap around the track to kick off the event. Caregivers placing Survivor medallions around the necks of our local heroes. Lots of laughs and plenty of tears. Fundraisers taking place at various tents around the clock. Team members dedicating a night on the track to raise funds for a cause that's close to their hearts. Luminaria bags lining the track in memory or in honor of loved ones touched by cancer. When you develop the message that you want to pitch to the media about your event, it's important to keep in mind what makes Relay for Life unique. What makes Relay for Life newsworthy? As you develop your message, keep in mind what makes Relay for Life such a special event for you and for others who participate. Let's go through some of the highlights that you will want to incorporate in your media pitches. Relay for Life originated from one man's vision to make an impact on the fight against cancer by walking a track for 24 hours. Now communities nationwide and even worldwide have joined in. Relay for Life is overnight. Cancer never sleeps, and our community takes one night to do just that. Relay for Life connects communities. It is a volunteer-driven event, providing communities the opportunity to fight back. Funds raised through Relay for Life support the American Cancer Society's mission to help people stay well and get well, to find cures, and to fight back. Relay for Life is about celebrating survivorship, remembering those lost to the disease, and fighting back against cancer. It is important to keep in mind that when you reach out to the media to engage them in your event, that this may be their first experience with Relay for Life, and these highlights may inspire them to provide coverage for your event. There are several tools that are available on MidSouthRFL.org to help you become familiar with Relay for Life basics that can be used when pitching your event to the media. Take some time to peruse the website or reach out to your staff partner for more information.
You know that Relay for Life is important for your community to be aware of, but just how do you motivate your media outlets to help you raise awareness? This is where we need to think like a reporter. In the previous slide, we talked about unique aspects of Relay for Life. What makes Relay for Life special? We highlighted specific elements of the event, but we missed a key component: the people. Each person who is a part of Relay for Life has a story to share. Some people may be very vocal about their reason to relay. Others may be reserved and prefer not to share their story. Still, others may feel they just don't have a story to share. But everyone at that event has a story, has a message that they just may well be motivated to another person to get involved. Relay for Life is more than an event. It's the people in the community that make the event unique and impactful. Whether you can connect a local person who is involved with Relay for Life in your media pitch angle, you have a higher likelihood of getting the media to bite. So just how do you find these stories? It's a great way to use a Relay for Life story form. This form can be handed out at committee meetings and team captain meetings to allow those in the room who are willing to share their stories to do so. It provides individuals the avenue to tell why they relay and provide contact information for you to follow up with them. Remember, the media is looking for stories that are newsworthy, and two elements that make a story just that are proximity and human interest, both of which a local story can provide you.
It is also important to keep in mind the purpose of Relay for Life when you are pitching a story to the media. Relay for Life supports the American Cancer Society's mission to help people stay well and get well, to find cures, and to fight back. Funds raised through Relay for Life help the American Cancer Society make an impact on the fight against cancer in a variety of ways. Through the state-of-the-art research program and cancer screening guidelines to patient support programs and local and national advocacy initiatives, the American Cancer Society strives to beat this disease on every front. Finding local stories that connect back to the American Cancer Society's mission also helps in creating a strong media pitch. For instance, maybe you have a breast cancer survivor who is a part of Relay for Life, participating in the Survivor Lap each year. After talking with her, you found that she is currently taking the chemotherapy drug tamoxifen. The American Cancer Society's research program funded a grant that helped lead to the development of tamoxifen, and because of funds raised to support the American Cancer Society's mission, this survivor is able to be a part of Relay for Life each year. Another story could be of a team captain who found out she had breast cancer through a routine mammogram. The American Cancer Society funded research to prove the effectiveness of mammography to detect breast cancer. Still another story could be of a committee member whose dad was just diagnosed with cancer and her family didn't know where to go to for information. So they turned to the American Cancer Society's toll-free call center, 1-800-227-2345, for help. The American Cancer Society was able to provide resources to assist the family and even connect them with a local support program. All of these stories connect back to the purpose of Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society's mission, while still providing that local angle.
Hopefully, some stories can come to mind that may be newsworthy when pitching to your Relay for Life event. When reaching out to your media outlets to promote Relay for Life, think big and outside of the box. Your media contacts may not be aware of opportunities that exist for great visuals or story angles that may just be what they're looking for. A strong media pitch can help garner great coverage. It can motivate a local reporter to do a feature story about the event, or better yet, a series of feature stories, or survivors leading up to the event. It can interest a photographer with your local newspaper or a videographer with your local TV or cable station to come to the event the night of to capture footage for the follow-up piece. It could move a newspaper to run a public service announcement for team recruitment or general event information leading up to your event. It may even engage a media outlet to be a sponsor of the event, providing you even more visibility throughout your community. It could motivate a TV station to provide you guest interviews or set you up at the event to get live coverage. Who knows? A media outlet may even be interested in forming a Relay for Life team themselves. The opportunities are endless. And remember, no media opportunity is possible if you don't ask.
So now you have some ideas on messages to utilize when reaching out to the media. Let's spend some time discussing media relations tactics that may assist you in getting your event some publicity. Before reaching out to pitch a story, do your homework. Get to know the media outlets that you are wanting coverage from. Read the paper, browse their website, watch a newscast. Become familiar with who their audience is and how they reach them. This will help you determine ways to engage the media in your story, as well as pick out story angles that could motivate the outlet. Also be aware of when their deadlines are. If you want to pitch a story for the 5 o'clock news, don't wait until 4:30 to call with the story idea. Be aware of when they need the story lead and how much time they need to develop the piece.
Once you know the outlets that you want to reach out to, become familiar with the various individuals that work at that outlet: reporters, editors, radio personalities, TV anchors, and producers. These are all people that you want to be aware of. Pay attention to the stories that they cover and what topics they're interested in. This will help you craft media pitches to fit their needs. For instance, the sports reporter may be interested in doing a story on a high school athletic team that's participating in Relay for Life in support of their coach diagnosed with cancer. Or the health reporter on your local TV station may be interested in new cancer research angles that you could pitch in conjunction with Relay for Life. Become friends with your media contacts on Facebook. Follow them and become a resource for them. Also be mindful of their deadlines and provide them follow-up in a timely manner when they do bite at one of your stories.
Building strong, positive relationships with your media outlets and contacts is essential. If your media contacts feel comfortable reaching out to you with a request and knows that you will provide them with timely follow-up, you are more likely going to be able to garner some publicity for your Relay for Life event. Build a relationship with your media contacts and reach out to them outside of just making media requests. Follow their stories and make mention of them when you do communicate with them. And never forget the power of a thank you note. It goes a long way.
When a media contact reaches out to you for an interview or looking for more information, always respond to the request or direct the outreach to someone who can respond. Remember, timeliness is key. If you're asked a question that you do not know, let the media contact know that you need to get more information before answering that question. Don't speculate. It's better to find out their deadline and provide them the accurate information that they request by that time. Unfortunately, the media is not usually able to provide an article for you to review prior to print or provide you with the opportunity to watch a news report prior to it being aired. The concept of speaking off the record is not reality, so never say anything to the media that you would not want to see in print. Finally, feel free to request visuals to go along with the story. Ask for a photo in a newspaper story or request the TV station to run a graphic of the American Cancer Society's logo with the toll-free number 1-800-227-2345. 2345 and the website cancer.org at the close of the story.
Utilizing media relations tactics to develop relationships with your local media can provide you a great avenue to build awareness of your event. Another way to do that is through in-kind media sponsorships. Seeking media partners can help keep Relay for Life top of mind throughout your community on a more consistent basis. You may or may not have an event with a media sponsorship relationship already in place. If you do not have media sponsorships secured or are looking at new outlets to engage, here are some tips to help you in making a sponsorship ask. You will want to begin by developing a target list of media outlets that you believe might be interested in or easily capable of sponsoring Relay for Life in your community. Make sure to check with your staff partner and communications and marketing staff partner about market-wide sponsorships to avoid conflicts. Discuss with your Relay for Life event committee to determine which media outlet to approach. Turn your Relay for Life volunteers into sponsorship solicitors whenever possible. One of the truisms of volunteerism and fundraising is that people respond to people. So if a volunteer has a relationship with a media outlet, that may help you get your foot in the door. Discuss with other people who will be involved in managing the sponsorship agreement and create a proposal. There are sponsorship proposal templates available on midsouth.rfl.org. Discuss what will be involved for both parties. Prepare a list of benefits for the media sponsors. Include the number of people who come to your events, the number of people who are involved in your organization, and the number of event programs or other materials you will want to distribute. Offer a place for the sponsor's logo and names in prominent locations and on materials where possible. Customize what you expect from your media sponsors to provide. For print media, request public service announcements publicizing your event and request coverage in local event sections. For broadcast media, request PSAs, morning show or midday guest spots, talent participation, weather teasers, and more. Be willing to listen to their suggestions and limitations and revise your expectations and benefits accordingly. If you or another volunteer has a contact at a media outlet, ask your contact how best to approach the outlet regarding the sponsorship ask. Make sure your contact is interested as well and wants to help you secure the sponsorship. Ask him or her to accompany you or make the initial introductions. If you don't have a contact already, depending upon the size and type of outlet, determine who the promotions manager is, general manager, or the owner. Talk to your staff partner to determine the best approach, whether it's sending an email and following up with a phone call and/or a visit, or scheduling a visit and following up after. During your sponsorship pitch meeting, utilize the sponsorship proposal as the agenda for the meeting, sharing the proposed benefits and commitments. Your communications and marketing staff partner and your event staff lead are available to help you in this process.
Once your media sponsors are secured, continue to communicate with them on a regular basis to fully engage them during the campaign. You will want to ensure that they're educated and aware of their duties as sponsors and are also receiving all of the sponsorship benefits. Take photos of any signage at the event and keep copies of materials with their logos placed. After the event, this proof of performance regarding the benefits are what will be provided to them to help you re-secure the media outlet as a sponsor for the following year. Don't forget to thank your media sponsors for providing in-kind support for your event. Again, a simple thank you goes a long way.
Whether you are working with your media sponsor to run public service announcements or pitching a team captain meeting to your local newspaper, the American Cancer Society has plenty of media templates to help you along the way. Take a minute to walk through how to find communication materials on midsouth.rfl.org. From the homepage of www.midsouth.rfl.org, you will find lots of links to various locations with useful information. For communications materials, hover over Resources to get a drop-down menu of resources available to you. If you click the link titled Communications and Marketing Resources, you'll be directed to a page with numerous Relay for Life promotional materials. There are nearly 100 various materials available on midsouth.rfl.org on this page to help you with media promotion and much more. Updated materials are placed on this site throughout the year. And if by chance there's something you're looking for that is not on this website, just reach out to your communications staff partner and we will get it created for you.
Remember, having great working relationships with media and engaging their interest will lead to a great promotion. Plentiful, great, well-rounded promotions are key to a successful Relay for Life. Thank you for taking time to learn more about working with the media. Good luck with your Relay for Life event.